everyone, Kelly here, and today I wanted to share with you my August TBR. And I've kind of changed the way I'm going to do my TBRs from now on. I kind of took this idea from my friend Alex Black because I am also a mood reader like she is, and you know, she had this idea of, instead of kind of saying the things that she was thinking she was going to read in the next month, that instead just talk about the things that she's committed to, like buddy reads, but then keep the rest of the TBR open. And I realized I really need to do that because I keep like telling you guys like a list of books I'm going to read in a month, and then I get in a mood to read something else, and so then my TBR goes out the window. But I still have a bunch of buddy reads that I like to do, so I will have a TBR for August, but I know I will be reading more than this. But these books I'm committed to reading because of buddy reads. So that's what I'm going to tell you now, and then everything else will just be whatever I feel like picking up. And it happened to be in August that I have 6 buddy reads, which is quite a lot actually, but I'm excited about all of these books, so I think it'll be a fun reading month even though there's a lot of commitments. So the first one, speaking of Alex Black, I am reading this book with her, and I will link all the channels for the people I buddy read with down below because they all have booktube channels. You can check them out if you are interested, because they're all people I like, obviously, because I'm reading with them. And Alex and I are going to be reading Where Men Win Glory by Jon Krakauer. Towards the beginning of the year, Alex and I read Into Thin Air by Krakauer. We both really liked it. Each of us has read another one of his books in the months since that. And then I was like, hey, I own this book by him. Let's buddy read it again together. So we're going to do this one next month. And I actually don't know what all this is about because I just like his writing, so I bought it. But I believe it is about a guy. Okay, well, let me just read this tiny little blurb here because it tells exactly. Pat Tillman walked away from a multi-million-dollar NFL contract to join the Army and became an icon of post 9/11 patriotism. So there you go. That's what it's about. So the next 2 books are both group buddy reads that I'm doing through Merphy Napier's channel, and she has her Patreon account, and for that group we are reading The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I don't own this book, but I'll probably just get it from the library or an ebook version of it. And this is a really popular book for the last couple years. It's sci-fi but really character driven. That's all I know, but I've been interested in reading it, so I'm excited that we're going to be buddy reading it together. And then Merphy also started a new group, and I can't remember the app it is through, but it's like you don't have to join her Patreon, so you don't have to pay to do it. It's just like a free book club. So if you're interested, I will link it down below, and you can, the video where she talks about it, and you can join in with us if you want. And we are reading The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood, and so there's a ton of people in this buddy read, like a huge one. So if you would like to be involved in that, go ahead and check down below. And I've just owned this book for about a year and have always been interested because obviously I know about Robin Hood, but I've never read the Howard Pyle version of the story, so I'm excited to read that. And then the next one is a very loose buddy read. My friend Taryn and I said that we really want to continue on in the Mistborn series, and so we both are on The Well of Ascension, which is the second book in the first Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. And we're not like gonna schedule days specific that we're gonna read together. We're just encouraging each other both to read it in August so that we could chat about it and just finally get it read, because I think we read this back in like February or something like that, the first book, and I meant to continue right away, but I didn't, and now it's been several months later, so it's just kind of a way to kick us into gear and do it. And I really love that first book, so I'm excited to continue. This is a high fantasy series that's very accessible though, so if you're new to big fantasy books, I would highly suggest starting with Mistborn. It was a lot of fun because I'm not like a high fantasy person, but I very much enjoyed the first book. And then the next 2 I am buddy reading with Tia from Tia and All the Books. A couple months ago, Tia and I had buddy read Kate Morton's The Lake House, and we enjoyed it, and we both owned The Forgotten Garden, so we thought we would just buddy read this one together. We're going to take the whole month to read it because these books were kind of slow, at least for me. It takes me a while to get into them because they're kind of dense and a lot of different time periods. Like, I'm assuming that's kind of her style. I don't know, since I've only read one of hers, so I'm interested. I actually have no idea what this is about, but I'm assuming that it's going to be kind of a wide sweeping story with a lot of different characters in it and time periods, because that's how the last one was formed. I could be completely wrong, but I'm just interested to try more by Kate Morton. And the other one we're buddy reading will go by really fast because it's a YA book, and that is Legend by Marie Lu. I really wanted to start this trilogy. It's dystopian. I've heard it's really fun. I think this is gonna fly by compared to some of the bigger books that I have scheduled. So I'm really excited to get into this and hopefully enjoy this trilogy. So those are the 6 books that I am buddy reading. So those are for sure gonna happen in August. I still have several books from my Goodreads summer reading TBR that I made a couple of months ago that I'll probably throw in there as audiobooks, and I'm sure that I will just mood read and pick up other things as I see fit. And I will talk to you all next time. Thanks. Bye.